Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your too sweet travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph here for a Monday evening, getting close to Monday night video right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. So do it now, or you won't. If you don't do it at all, it's your problem. So, subscribe to my channels all down below in the gobbledygook. Leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos from the past, now, and then in the future. But all these, Conan, but all these stupid comments you get sent to the Shadow Realm. Satan and Ozzy will beat you up and eat your soul. And there'll be nothing left of you. So, don't do it. Go on your dead channel and do it there. Because you ain't going to do it on mine. If you don't like it, that's tough shit, bitch. And that's that. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. You miss anything, you're SOL. We all know what that means by now. And if you don't know what it means, look it up. For God's sakes. Excuse me. What's that? So, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and all that other good shit. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax. Grab the cold one. Put your smelly, stinky feet up and enjoy the show. And, like I said before, if you like it, great. You know, fuck you, man. Get out of here. And if not, your problem. Not mine. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Monday night, March the 30th, 2026. Speaking of Monday night, we got Monday Night Raw coming your way at the top of the hour. From the Mecca, the Garden, MSG in New York City. Gonna be an amazing night tonight as we're getting closer and closer to WrestleMania. We're almost 2 weeks away from Mania, but should be a great show tonight. Big show. We got, well, not the big show, but we got Oba, Femi, the man from Wakanda. He's gonna be there. Brock Lesnar, he's in the house, and also we got the Usos defending the tag team titles against the Vision of Logan Small and Austin Theory. Hopefully we don't get a title change there. And on the women's side, we got Nia Jax and Blanche Legend. Get shit done. Taking on Bayley. Give me a hug. And the lassie bitch from Ireland, the lady, and that's Lana Valkyria. And also we got, that guy named Phil, old man Phil Brooks, CM Puke, or as Roman called him today on X, old man, what do you say, old ass bitch. So, Punky Brewster's in the house, and our tribal chief, put up your ones, ladies and gentlemen, and acknowledge him, Roman Reigns. He's in the house tonight. Will not be in next week. The following week he will for WrestleMania week. But gonna be a great show tonight. See if Punk can try to one-up Roman. Ain't gonna happen. But we'll see. We'll see what happens on your 2+ hour show. Our cure for insomnia. And that's Monday Night Raw. And we got NXT from the theater. The lovely theater at MSG tomorrow for Roadblock. That should be pretty damn nice. And then we got Dynamite from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. So we got that this week for AEW. TNA back in action with a taped show from New Orleans, Louisiana. The Aftermath of Sacrifice. We got that. Ring of Honor just chugging along on another Thursday night. Then we got Friday Night SmackDown this Friday. And then Saturday night, Stand and Deliver pay-per-view for NXT Saturday night on pay-per-view. It should be some good shit this week. We got Easter on Sunday. Baseball's back. We got the Mets and the St. Louis Cardinals tonight in St. Louis. See what happens with that as Clay Holmes takes the mound. See how that goes after the Mets. Lost in extra innings 4-3. What are you going to do? Can't win them all. But got that. The Yankees, who are 3-0, they go to Seattle to face the Mariners later tonight. See how that goes. See if, the Yankees can keep on rolling, or, well, they get beat. And that's pretty much it. So lots of things going on tonight and this week for Easter week. So enjoy it, be safe, and be well, and all that good shit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on your Monday evening, March the 30th, 2026, as we close out the month of March and we begin April on Wednesday with that horrible holiday of April Fool's Day. Nobody cares about it. I don't care. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, as we end the month of May, hope you had a great day. Nice and warm here in the Northeast. It's gonna be raining on and off this week, but what are you gonna do? But at least it's gonna be warm until maybe Thursday. Then it warms back up for Easter, and then after Easter, down the drain again. Right? It's gonna be 70. You think it's gonna be 80 here on Wednesday? And then next Wednesday it's gonna be like 42 degrees. Crazy, ain't it? This weather is just, can't take it sometimes. It's hot, get sick. Gets cold, you get sick. So I'm feeling the after effects, you know what I mean? Having so much pain in my body, it could be the weather, it could be a cold coming on, I don't know what it is. I'm old as fuck, but it is what it is. But you love me. The ladies do, I know that. But we move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as we get to Raw, it is time for your late, really late, so far out of date, AEW Dynamite and Collision reviews. For this past Wednesday night, March the 25th, 2026, and for Collision on March the 28th, 2026. Alright, both shows were pretty damn good. And AEW right now, in the first 4 months of the year, has been kicking ass and beating NXT in the ratings. Almost not every week, but last few weeks, AEW's ratings have gone way up, and NXT's have gone down. And Dynamite last week got 765,000 views. That's pretty damn good. Don't know what Collision did this weekend, but last weekend they got over for both shows for the Sunday show for Slam Dunk Collision on Sunday. They did over 400,000 views. That is impressive on a Sunday with no pay-per-view in between. So Saturday show did around, I think, 300,000, somewhere around there. They did pretty decent for this weekend, but that's pretty damn nice for Collision getting 400 and something thousand views on a Sunday. That's pretty damn nice. So, hey, Tony Khan, he's making magic happen again. But can it last? We'll see. But we move on. Alright, so, as we're rolling on to Dynasty next Sunday, let's get to what happened last week. Alright, so we are emanating on Dynamite from the Roy Wilkins Auditorium in St. Paul, Minnesota, on the outskirts of Minneapolis. Right. So anyway, I thought we had a different broadcast team or commentary team. We had my good buddy Tony Baloney Schiavone, or Schiavone for you people that love Jericho. We had the man, he returned, the man from Red Hook, brother. Choke you up, brother. Taz. We had him. I think we had Excalibur, I might have missed it, but Nigel McGuinness, me love, was there as well. So, a little bit of a different feel for AEW. Wasn't bad. Alright, so we get right to the action as always, as my ex-girlfriend would say. A little less talk and a lot more action here on BCR. Your show. Yeah, that's right. So, we move on with that. And that's it. Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we start off with our first match of the night, I thought it was going to be the main event, but we start off with the Bang! And we have, speaking of the Bang Man, no, not DDP, but this guy, Kenny Omega! Bang! He takes on Swerve Strickland with my good buddy. Please buy his coffee, and that's Prince Nana of the Embassy. Alright, lots of stake in this match. Kenny is putting up his EVP status against Swerve and his #1 contendership to the AEW World Title that Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker has. So this match was epic. Epic match. I'm not going to get to all of it, but it's also with Prince Nana grabbing Omega's foot to start. Swerve hits an early clothesline. Kenny gets dropped throat first out across the top rope. He's fine to grab a Hurricanrana. Sends Swerve to the outside with a big running flippy dibba-da-doo. Connects. Omega then adds a running hip attack against the barricade. Ow. And then Swerve rams Kenny into the barricade. They get back in. Swerve grabs what looked like a standing crossface. That had to hurt. Omega got out of that. Hits a running famouser into You Can't Escape. We get all that. Kenny sends Swerve into the corner for a V-trigger. Then he goes up top, gets pulled down with some of that looked like a super angle slam. Kind of looked in a variation, but it was pretty damn nice. We go to break, we come back. Kenny wins a slugfest, grabs some snapdragon suplexes. Ow, my neck! My neck, Cliff! So, Swerve's neck is a mess. And then they go to the apron. Swerve distracts the ref, so he kicks Omega in the balls. So, no, you know what, for Kenny. And then a pile driver on the barricade. Ow! That was nasty. That's nasty. Knocks Kenny for a loop. Then a suplex powerbomb for a near fall on the inside by Swerve. Goes for big pressure. That gets countered, so Swerve hits a house call. Sends Kenny right into the ropes, where Swerve hits the Swerve Stomp for a near fall. Oh no, Kenny kicked out of that. Kenny comes back, kicks Swerve in the corner. Swerve is able to hit a powerbomb into a power slam for a near fall. That was nice. Kenny knees Swerve in the ropes. V-trigger and a vertebraker, a Nightmare on Elm Street, both get countered. Swerve goes for the eyes, little Rowdy Piper poke the eyes. That sets up Nightmare on Elm Street, or the Gringo Killer. And Kenny, I don't know, his neck was still intact. Somehow kicked out of that at 2.9999999999999 Batman 5. So Swerve tries for another Swerve Stomp, missed. Kenny with a big V-trigger picks up a pretty much almost basically a loopy Swerve. One-winged angel, bam! 1, 2, 3. So Kenny keeps his EVP status, and he's now going to Dynasty to face Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker in a rematch from like a year ago for the AEW World Title. Is he gonna win? We'll see. But match was great. 4.25 out of 5 stars, and we get that. Amazing match. Amazing. Epic. We move on. Alright, then we're going to look at some of, we saw what happened last week with, Hi guys! Haha, it's me, Darby Allin! I just want you to know I'm okay. After that coffin match, I was flipping myself over the car, and I was going crazy, but I did it for you guys, because I love you so much, and I'll die for you guys! Ha ha ha! I weigh 150 pounds, I live in Seattle. I live in a car. So fucking emo! That guy's nuts. Alright, so we saw that. Alright, after that we get Will Ocean Spray, reach for the sky, woohoo! Bam! He wants to fight the bastard Pac, and then he's coming for the Continental Breakfast of Champions title, and that's held by Jon Moxley, who he wants to fight at Dynasty. So we got that match coming up. So why not? That should be a great match. Dynasty's card looks great. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna outdo Revolution. I mean, we'll see, but the card looks amazing. But we'll see. That's what that. All right, match number 2. We got the Death Riders. We have a six-person tag team match. We got the Continental Champion Jon Moxley, Marina Shafir, and a dancing fool Danny Garcia. They take on Top Flight, Darius and Dante Martin, and the beautiful My Girl Zeta Steele with Christopher Daniels at ringside. Pretty good match, too. This was another great match. Women fight the women, men fight the men. It's garbage tradition, garbage mixed tag team rules. But anyway, Zeta and Marina, did their thing. But we get to the end. After a break, Dante's in trouble, fights out without much trouble, and a jumping enziguri hits Marina Shafir. And Zeta Steele goes in and cleans house, but she has to escape a doomsday device, of all things, on a woman. Moxley playing Hawk. Well! Tell him, Hawk, well! God rest Hawk's mighty soul. And Animal, I think, too. But anyway, Top Flight comes back in. They take over on Danny Garcia and Mox. But then, this guy comes out. William Yuta and his bald-headed ass. Well, yeah, too, he's an ass. He's bald. So he knees Christopher Daniels on the floor, and then Danny Garcia with a Dragon Tamer on Darius Martin. And that leads to Moxley adding a Seth Rollins-like stomp. And then Garcia, who's the legal person in the match, got the pin on Darius Martin. So the Death Riders get the win in 11 minutes. Match was pretty good, 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. And then after the match, Moxley gets on the mic, accepts the challenge from Will Ospreay for the Continental Breakfast of Champions title at Dynasty, but warns him not to let his mouth get him in trouble. Oh, you better shut up there, Ospreay, before you get your broken again. We have that. Alright, then we get a video for the Young Bucks. Matt and Nick Jackson, former members of the Bullet Club. Too sleepy. We got that. Oh, we got that. They want the tag team titles back. Well, they have to go up that ladder. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we got a quickie match. Under 3-minute match. Did I say under 3 minutes? So we have Speedball. Mike Bailey taking on Rocky the Milanese. Match was kind of a squash because really Rocky Romero did nothing in the match. Speedball beat his ass and hit the ultimate weapon. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye. That's it. This match was a little bit of a letdown, so I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. Just a filler match. And that's that. Alright, then we're going to look at Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker beating Hangman Adam Page in that bloody, brutal Texas Death Match of Revolution. I don't know why we have to see it again. I took the SATs 5,000 times, and it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it. That guy named Beetlejuice reference. We move on. Alright, so we got that. Speaking of Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker, he comes out for a little kitty chat. He's the champ and the man who hanged the Hangman, pun intended. And that means Adam Page can never, ever be world champion again. That was a stipulation. So Max says that was the easiest win of his career, holds the ultimate prize in the business. Then he says, why? Because I'm Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker and I'm better than you, and you know it. And then he hits nobody's on the level of the devil. So he hits both of his catchphrases. And then Kenny got Omega. He comes out, mocks MJF's, his suit, which he probably got from Men's Warehouse. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyway. So he mocks his appearance and smell. Maybe didn't wash. I don't know. Before listing off his own nicknames. The Big Bout Machine. Kenny got Omega. The Belt Collector. Stuff like that. So Kenny says, if you're the devil, then I might be the god of professional wrestling. Because I can cancel you out. He said, you beat me. You beat a weakened version of me last year. But now I'm back better than am better than ever. I'm better than you, and you know it, Max. So, he says, the title match is set for Dynasty, and they want to shake hands, and MJF's like, I'm not shaking your hand. So then Max leaves, and then Kenny's like, well, I bid you adieu, goodbye, mwah, and good night, bang! That's pretty much it. And don't forget, Kenny was a member of the Bullet Club. Among other people who joined that group. Jeez. I digress. Alright, so I get that. So I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars. Let's see what happens with Kenny and Max this week on the program. Alright, then from earlier in the day, we have a promo with Renee Paquette with Edge and Christian, Adam Copeland, Threshold, and Christian Cage. How's our fathers doing this evening? So they talked about the choices that FTR, Fuck the Revival, have made to get here. It was going after Beth that went too far, as they have been friends for years, but now Edge is swearing to take them out. And then Christian cursing and saying, you took me out with a package power driver, you know, this and that. Curse them out, saying, you son of a bitch, you know, whatever. So we got that, and that leads to FTR and Stokely Hathaway, the man who gets no hose. Still can't get any. Maybe you need to talk to William Yuta. I digress. So they come out, and the team made a choice to dump Edge, and look at the result of that. And then Cash Wheeler's got a clock! He talks about how he used to live in Edge's guest house, ate his food, but now he doesn't need Edge or his stupid kids. Ooh, I don't give a damn about your kids. And then Dax says, I'll drop, if Edge will drop, so Dax like, if you thought me dropping Beth Phoenix on her head, what will I do to you, Adam? Adam! So we'll see what happens at Dynasty for the tag team belts. FTR versus Edge and Christian. Should be a good match. Might be a title change, but we'll see. We got that. Speaking of tag teams, we got the conglomeration of that gimmick-stealing bitch, Orange Cassidy, and Roger Strong takes on the Bullet Club War Dogs once again to sweep me for the love of God. And that's David Finlay, the man who loves to fight like his dad. That's Fit Finlay. And Clark Connors, that's Decla's man. You lucky bastard, Clark Connors, hitting that sweet ass. Anyway. Alright, this match was pretty good. The whole show was pretty good. It was little hiccups here and there, but still, good matches. So starts off with FTR shows the conglomeration out of the way, on the way to the ring, and, Roddy has to stop Orange Cassidy for going after them, but not that it was going to do anything. So the match starts, and it's alright. We're getting to the end. Roddy comes back in, picks Orange Cassidy up, rams him into the Raw Dogs, and then Orange Cassidy hits his top rope DDT on Clark Connors. David Finlay takes Orange Cassidy out to save Clark Connors, and a high-low hits Roddy, but Orange Cassidy gets right back up, puts his hands down his pants, and I bet he felt nuts. Yes, he's Cisco, yes, he's Ebert, and he giving 2 thumbs up. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, but let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Get horny now. Okay. Moving on. So he puts his hands down his pants, and a running drop kick hits both of the War Dogs. Then a chop block cuts that off, and then the full clip, bang, gives Clark Connors the win over that schmuck Orange Cassidy, and that was too sweet. That's pretty much it. Alright, so the War Dogs get the win over the conglomeration. Under 11-minute match. Pretty good, 3 out of 5 stars. And that's that. Let me move on. Alright, then we got the Women's Tag Team Champions. The Mega Sis, Megan Bayne and Linda Cross, or Divine, what's it called? Divine Chaos. They're ready to beat the Babes of Wrath. That's Holly, Cameron, and the Resident Fun Girl. Bam! That's Willow Nightingale. They got a match on Collision for the women's tag team belts. See how that goes. And we move on. Alright, then we got the Proto Star! Kyle Fletcher is in the back, proud of his recent title defenses as of late, but he wants the big one. He wants the world title. And then Kensuke Takeshita, the Alpha, he comes in and says that, oh, Kyle, we are a close team. No, Proto Shita. And, yeah. So a little closer than anything involving Okada. They're still going at it. Okada hates Takeshita. Takeshita hates Okada. They both want to try to get into good graces with Kyle Fletcher, Proto Okada, Proto Shita. Ain't we have fun? So we'll see what happens with that. And I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then it's time. I think it's the Death Slot time, but anyway. It's time for the AEW Women's Championship. We got the Spider Lady, Dekla, taking on my 4th amazingly hot Asian wife. You know her, you love her, you wish you can get enough of her, but I can't. And that's Mina Shiwakawa, and her big, beautiful boobies. Tasty. Alright, this was a pretty decent match. Not great for under 11 minute match. They go to the outside. And that's fine with Mina. Sweep the leg down the sun. Hits a hangman's DDT on the floor. Ow. We're gonna break, come back. Dekla holds something like a Rings of Saturn. That hurts. That gets broken up. And then Dekla's spear gets cut off with a running boot to face. Then a missile drop kick for a near fall by Mina. Get back up. They trade some shots to face. Dekla wins that. Gets in that spear. Then she takes off her belt. And referee, I think it was Aubrey Edwards, took that away. No. Which allowed her to take out some brass knucks from her titties. And then Mina tried for a back suplex. And Dekla went boop right in the head, knocked Mina the fuck out. Ugh. And once again, Mina takes another goddamn pin. Dekla retains the AEW Championship. Match was decent, 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. It sucks that Mina cannot win that big one yet. Not including the Ring of Honor Women's TV title, because that was an interim title. She won that, everybody's happy, but then who did she lose it to? Oh yeah, that bitch named Mercedes Moné, who's now down to 2 belts! Really 3 if you count the Owen Hart belt, but we count it as 2 now. So, she has a belt from Canada, she's going to lose that, and a belt from Malaysia, definitely losing that. So, after Dynasty, she'll be beltless, well, ish. You still have the Owen Hart belt, but we don't count that. But it is what it is. So, she'll be naked, basically. I mean, not in a good way. But, that's that. Alright, moving on. Alright, then we got Kenny once again. He's in more segments than the show. He's with Renee, ready to take the world title off of Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker. And then Speedball Mike Bailey comes in, shakes his hand, says, I want the first shot if you win the belt. Kenny's like, okay, works for me. That'd be a good match. Speedball versus Omega. That'd be great, actually. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, 3 out of 5 stars for that. I'm surprised this guy was on the show. Ricochet, the guy that should be fired and blacklisted from professional wrestling after his whole Twitter bullshit. But he's there, and you know the fans booed him in the arena and watching at home. We all booed his ass. So anyway, he admits that he lost control the last time. We saw him at Revolution losing the belt to Jack Perry because he had to defend his national title in a Battle Royal. Aw, you still bitching? Anyway. So he says, now people like Kenny is getting a world title shot, even though I beat him. Technically. So Ricochet and the Man will be back. I don't know when. Hopefully never. So him and the Gates of Agony, man, nobody cares. And that's pretty much it. So I gave this 2.25 out of 5 stars because I really didn't give 2 shits about it. And we move on. Alright, then we got Roosh taking on Darby Allin in a, I didn't even know this was a stipulation, but they didn't announce it until the match. No countouts match. And the only way to win is by pinfall submission, I guess. Or knockout. This was crazy as shit. They beat each other up. Darby busted open again. Why not? Because he had that bandage, and Roosh took advantage of that, busting him wide open again. Getting to the end, Darby so chops in the corner, sets up the coffin drop, sends Roosh to the outside. Then that missile dive, almost a la Austin Aries, that connects. Darby puts Roosh in the chair for a missile drop kick. Hits code red for a near fall, but then Roosh sends him flying into the corner with an overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Ow. And then he goes for the bull's horns. You mess with the bull, they say. You'll get the horns. So he tries for the bull's horns and missed. And then Darby grabs a flipping roll-up, almost a mousetrap almost. 1, 2, 3, Darby Allin gets the win over Roosh in exactly 11.5 minutes. Match was pretty good, a little brutal, but give it 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. After the match, the Don Callis family come out, and they Darby out, but Andrade, who had that money from Max, he's on the ramp, and he's like, hey, what is going on there, say? What are you doing? I didn't sign up for this, I say. He's not sure if he wants to help out, so he's kind of conflicted right now. So we'll see what happens with that situation as we move on. So Darby gets his butt handed to him again by the rest of the Don Callis family, who's been feuding with for almost a year now. And that ends Dynamite on a really bad note for Mr. Darby Allin. And that's that. So Dynamite, I thought was pretty damn good. 7.5 out of 10 stars. And Gazit, as they say. Gazit. Alright. Now, let's get to Collision real quick. We got a few minutes to Raw. Alright, so Collision was live, I believe it was live, from the Alliant Energy Powerhouse in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So we went down the state a bit. So, as always on Saturday Night Collision, Tony Baloney Schiavone and Nigel McGuinness, me love, on commentary. So the big one was for the women's tag team belts, Divine Chaos, Megan Bayne, and Lena Cross, taking on Harley, Cameron, and Willow Nightingale. And more build-up to Dynasty. And that's it. Alright, so we started with the women's tag team belts on the line. 13-minute match. It was pretty good. Back and forth they went. Go to break, come back. Holly gets the hot tag. The resident fun girl, Willow Nightingale, slips away to Lena Cross. Locks in a 1922 half crab, but then that got broken up. And then all four ladies are in the ring. Baszler gets tossed off stereo four-way slams. Ow. And then Holly reversed a double suplex into a double DDT. Willow comes back in with another hot tag with some German suplexes. Holly tries for a sunset flip bomb on Megan Bayne. That didn't work, but Willow hits the bounce! Period on Lena Cross. Almost knocked her out to the 15th row. And then both of the babes of both Harley and Willow grab half crabs. Champs barely made the ropes to break the hold. Willow gets sent into the ring post, which leaves Harley to chop at both of them. That's not going to work. And pretty much she was a sacrificial lamb. That earns her a double choke slam. And Megan Bayne with the pin. 1, 2, 3 to retain the AEW Women's Tag Team belts in a little over 13 minutes. Like I said, match was good. 3.25 out of 5 stars. And later on, it looks like Harley and Willow are breaking up to do their own solo, to do their solo stuff. So no more Babes of Wrath for now. So got a good run, and now they're gonna go their separate ways, and that's that. All right, then we got the Brawling Birds. That's Jamie Hayter and Alex Wenza. They want to fight, but Mina comes in and says, "I want to fight, Dekla." And he said, "Any 20 women who want to fight can come get us." Okay. So Mina is pissed. And when she gets pissed, she goes to town on my dick, if you know what I mean. Hey, she wants to go hardcore on my dick. I got nothing to say about that. She wins though, but damn. Fuck! So, we got that. Alright, 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, back to the ring we go with men's action. Myron Reed of the Rascals with the rest of the Rascals. That's that's Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier or Wesley at ringside. He takes on Johnny TV with the MXM Collection, Monsieur and Mace, and Johnny TV's hot as fuck wife, Taya Valkyrie. They're there. So, it was a match for 4 minutes. Got a Hangman's Downward Spiral by Myron for a near fall. Johnny TV comes back with an Alabama Slam from Waynesboro, Alabama. Then the running knee gives Johnny a near fall. Myron ducks a clothesline, hits a leg lariato, goes up top, hits a springboard 450 on Johnny TV. 1, 2, 3 to get the win. In a meh match, 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Alright, then we got the Dancing Fool, Danny Garcia, with the rest of the Death Riders. He talks about how he's changed a lot. Not that he really changed much, but anyway. So then John Moxley, the Continental Wrestling Champions champion, he asks what Private Party could do with $200,000. He says things are going to get serious in our match coming up. And then Danny Garcia is talking. Actually, his promo was pretty good. Not like his last few promos, and we've been kind of boring. But he had more passion in this one. So give it to Danny Garcia with a big, nice, tasty promo with Mox and company. So see what happens with that match. And we move on. Then we go to Private Party, who say it's not about partying because this is their time. Are they going to finally get the tag team belts? Well, that's up to Tony Khan. That's not up to them, but it's up to Tony Khan, who bought him back. Gives him $200,000, eh? Yeah, it's like, here's $200,000. We'll give you a tease for the tag team belts. You want to come back? Sure, why not? More moaning. You know. Brothers A moaning all fucking show. Why not? Alright, so we get to the match. It's it's Danny Garcia and John Moxley. Claudio Castagnoli de Suisse. He's there. Private Party comes out, with their usual, oh my god, it's Private Party! And they got billed as having won 9 of the last 12 matches? What? They haven't wrestled in a year and a half? And you say, oh, they won 9 of 12! Where? On what show? Was it Dark? Was it Elevation, or was it Rampage? I don't remember seeing it. Somebody give me the tape. So it's also with 2 former friends, Garcia and Isaiah Cassidy. Cassidy gets back up with a wrist lock. He gets all mad, hammers away in the corner. Referee has to break that up. And then they go back and forth. They go to the floor. Big springboard moonsault by Isaiah Cassidy. Takes out Mox on the floor. They get back in. A dancey swanton. Interesting. Gets in the fall on Danny Garcia. Isaiah Cassidy starts yelling at him. And then a double Giddy Kata! Bang! Bang! Bang, 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 bang. Bang! That goes Garcia and then Mark Quinn with the hot tag. Oh, actually, no, take that back. Mark Quinn, he dives on the Moxley as Isaiah Cassidy gets a near fall off a 450. And then Claudio runs Mark Quinn over on the floor with a Tiger uppercut, which leaves Isaiah Cassidy to hit an insecurity on Garcia. Moxley then hits a pile driver on Isaiah Cassidy to give Danny Garcia a near fall. And then Danny locks in the Dragon's Hammer and Isaiah Cassidy with an tap out. That's it. So Death Riders get the win over Private Party. That's it. Match was actually pretty good. 3.25 out of 5 stars. And move on. Alright, then we see from Friday night on Ring of Honor, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Global Wars, we see Ricochet ranting about how he and the rest of the Demand are ready for Kenny, by God Omega, Jack Perry, and the big man, Brody Hoop King. That's going to happen on Dynamite. Interesting. So we got that. Alright, then we got the Tony Khan special, almost a 90-second match. We have Mina Shirakawa and Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor. They take on some ladies named Nixie H.S. Nixie High School? No, I don't know. Amina Belmont. No relation to Simon Belmont of the Castlevania series. I don't know, maybe there is a connection. And Haven Harris. 3 lovely ladies who you don't know anything about. Who are you? What? What do you do here? Who the fuck are these chicks? I mean, really, who the fuck are these chicks? Hey, how's it going? What high school do you go to? No. Kidding. Anyway, so Mina just basically beats up everybody, and hits a double missile dropkick, followed by the Nature Boy figure 4 for the tap out win in like 85 seconds. So gave the match 2 out of 5 stars. I'll be generous, 2 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Jamie Hayter says that they liked teaming with Mina, but had nothing to do with attacking Timeless Tony Storm. They don't like the Triangle of Madness, Dekla, Sky Blue, and Michael Julia Hart. They pop up out the crowd, and Dekla swears on Tony's dead, cold body that if anyone tries to mess with them, it'll be the same result. And then Mina's like, oi, 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 oi! Dekla! I want to fight you again! And then we get a 6-woman tag team match out of that this week on, I think it's this week on Dynamite. And then Mina with some harsh words for Dekla says, we will beat the piss out of you! And then Tony Schiavone with a little snide remark, oh, her English is getting better. Tony should be speaking English for 4 years, you moron! She's getting better at it, yeah, I get it, but she's been speaking broken English for the past few years. You didn't see that? You didn't notice that? You old fuck. Mina, love you long time! Yeah, I know. Let me move on with that. Alright, 6-woman tag team match coming up next week, and that's that. Alright, then we got the Proto Star! Kyle Fletcher brags about the success of the Don Callis family, but they don't like the Rascals too much. And it's all about revenge in their match coming up a little later. And then, Kata, the Intercontinental Champion, and Kyle Fletcher seem to be fine. Proto Kata, maybe? I don't know. And Fletcher still wants to win the world title. We'll see what happens with that. And, we move on. Alright, so 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we get to the Psycho Killer! Tommaso Ciampa! He takes on Ace Austin, member of the Bullet Club, and the Bang Bang Gang. Too Sweet Me. We're having a Too Sweet Me Bullet Club night, you know? Wearing the Bullet Club shirt, talking about old Bullet Club members and, well, current and former members. But this match was great. I loved it. Back and forth match they went. We get to the end. They go to the outside. And a big flippy doo by Ace Austin, but Ciampa knees him out of mid-air. Then the Psycho Driller gets a near fall. Then for a double down. They get back up. Ace Austin kicks him in the face. And then a Death Valley driver sends Ciampa into the corner. He goes for the fall. He gets countered with a belly-to-belly into the corner. Ow! And then Ciampa pulls his knee pad down. Hits that meet-in-the-middle knee on Ace Austin. 1, 2, 3. Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer. He gets the win in a great match. 4.25 out of 5 stars. This was great for 13.5 minutes. Wow. I think that's probably the match of the year for Collision. I would say, well, maybe not the match of Collision per se, but we have that. Alright, let me load up if I can. If my TV won't let me, there we go. I knew you could do it. Load up Netflix. We're about 5 minutes away from the action at the Garden. So, I wish I was there tonight, but, you know, very expensive. Even up nosebleed seats. Alright, we're loading up that. We're about 4.5 minutes away, if I can... I didn't want to do that. Oh, I was like, what the hell's my sound? Anyway, it's loud. I don't know why my when I put on Netflix, the sound is like, it's like booming. It's like 100% booming, like stereo surround sound and shit on my TV. I don't know. Alright, move on. Alright, so So Tommaso Ciampa gets the win over Ace Austin. Great match. After the match, the Juice Robinson comes in and checks on his little buddy Ace Austin, and Ciampa leaves in peace, which you rarely see. Since he's gone weird, gone heel and everything. So we get that. Alright, then we get a promo from the Rascals. They want to win because they'll get in the tag team title picture. We'll see. Perhaps with that. 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Then, like I mentioned before, Hullet, Cameron, and Widow Nightingale, they seem to split up, but they're still friends and babes. Well, they're hot. Call me. And that's pretty much it. So we got that. 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get to the Don Callis family of Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher, the TNT champion. Representing the Don Callis family, they take on the Rascals of Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier. So a little, is it MXM? I think it was, there was MXM with NXT. So we get that. So they're back in tag team action. Match lasted 11 minutes. Decent, not great, but good. We get to the middle of the match. Then Don Callis family rams both of the Rascals together, followed by stereo belly-to-belly suplexes. We go to break, come back. Desmond Xavier kicks away at Kyle Fletcher, gets a near fall off a Giddy Kasa. Bang! Zachary Wentz comes back in, strikes away. Desmond Xavier's cardiac kick leaves everybody down for a 4 down, basically a quadruple down. Mark Davis comes right back. He gets right back up, kicks Desmond Xavier in the face, and hits a pile driver! 1, 2, 3 to get the win. But during the match, Kyle Fletcher's leg kind of got caught under him, and he left the arena in a walking boot. I don't know if it's a serious injury. I'm hoping not for Kyle's sake, because he just got the TNT title back. So we have that. So hopefully it's not a big issue. He can make it to Dynasty if he has to defend the TNT title. We'll see what happens on Dynamite this week. Maybe taking a week off to heal up. Maybe put some ice on it, put some Robitussin on it. It'll be fine. Alright, but like I said, good match. 3.5 out of 5 stars for the match. And that's that. Alright, then we see from Global Wars, Ricochet and Don Callis are ready to get together to take out Kenny by God Omega on Dynamite. And then they want to play some golf. Yeah, mini golf. Because, they have tiny cocks. Well, I don't know. I asked Samantha Irvin that one. But anyway, moving on. Alright, then we're going to run down various things coming up on Dynamite and Collision next week. We got that. Alright, the Jet, Kevin Knight's ready to keep his momentum going and win the Intercontinental title. Well, he had a good match with Okada. Lost. But did he win? I think he lost that match. But we move on. Alright, so 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. And then, Jon Moxley has no sympathy for Private Party being banged up. Doesn't feel any sympathy for Will Ospreay as well, who wrestled an unsanctioned cage match with a broken freaking neck. So he has no sympathy for Ospreay or Private Party. So we get that. That's that. Then we get to your main event for Collision. Round 2, Electric Boogaloo between Kevin Knight and Okada, but it's time for the Intercontinental title. And another great match. This Collision was great from top to bottom. I loved it. Go to break. Come back. Okada hits the air raid crash on the knee or collateral damage for a near fall. Then goes up top for the Bachumi elbow. Yeah, ain't never that's right, Miss Elizabeth. That's right, Randy. Hi, Mr. Joseph. Hi, Miss Liz. Elizabeth. Hi, Liz. How you doing? Stop looking at her. Shut up, Randy. Maybe look at me here. I look nice. You stay over there. Randy, calm down. Get back over there. Yeah, moving on. Alright, Raw's about to start from the garden. We move on with that. Alright, so Okada's, he hits the Macho Man elbow, though Okada would rather flip off the fans rather than make the cover. Why not? I'm so sorry. And then Kevin Knight gets back up with a big drop kick. Clotheslines galore for the comeback. Okada hits the better drop kick, the pullback drop kick. His own clothesline goes for the haymaker but missed. Kevin Knight low bridges him to the floor for one hell of a springboard clothesline, and then another one for a near fall on the inside of the ring. Then he hits a top rope goes for a top rope superplex and gets blocked, but he sells for a super Kanrana, knocking both men down, and hits the coast to coast drop kick for a near fall. But then Okada rolls away before Kevin Knight hits the UFO splash. But he tries it anyway because he can jump that far. And hits Ray's knees. Hey, look, it's the old-ass bitch! See him puke! He's in the building. The tag team champions, the irresistible forces, Nia, Jax, and Lash Legend. Get shit done there in the building. They're going to be taking on Bayley and Lyra for the tag team belts. Over! Who? Femi, he's there looking at a picture of Brock Lesnar, and he gives like a smirk and a roll of the eyes. He's in the ring. Alright, now we're going into the arena. Madison Square Garden, we are live! From the mecca of all sports arenas. Probably one of the best looking arenas ever. It'll change a few times. But we're 2.5 weeks away from WrestleMania. And it's going to be a great show tonight. Let's see who we start with tonight. I hope it's Roman. Nope, not Roman. Ah, fuck! We got to start with Cody? Why? Ah, what a great way to open the show. Cody, what do you want to talk about? No! Fuck Cody. Hope he loses the belt to Randy. Fuck him. You're supposed to be on SmackDown, you dumb bitch. Fuck. Alright, good thing I muted it. No one wants to hear Cody. That's a stupid theme. No! I'm gonna vomit every time he comes out. Oh, he's taking off his suit. Oh, he's gotta get serious. Oh, Cody's taking off his suit. Oh, Cody is so serious. Oh. High-fiving and hugging fans. Hey, is that, no, I thought it was some guy looked like JD from Black Label Society. It wasn't him, though. Obviously. Oh, he's hugging kids. He's kissing babies. Taking pictures. He's a bitch. He's a moron. Hey, the kid with no shirt on. Put a shirt on, hippie! I don't know how oh, he's hugging kids. He's kissing kids. I'm like, oh, this guy. I want to vomit. This guy. Oh, can't wait till he loses the belt in 2 weeks to Randy. Hopefully. Do we see? I wonder if we're gonna see who Randy was talking to. Maybe we see him tonight. I doubt it. There was a hooded figure entering Madison Square Garden today. I wonder who that could be. People saying it's Braun Breaker. Maybe. I think it's Roxanne Perez because she got cleared. They said she was going to be back on Raw tonight. So I think it's Roxanne Perez because the way the figure looked, it could have been. It can't be Braun Breaker because he's big. So the figure didn't look that big. So I think it's Roxanne Perez as the hooded figure. But then again, it could be somebody from Seth Rollins' neighborhood. I don't know. Maybe it's Seth Rollins himself. I don't know. We get that. Alright, back to the match with Kevin Knight and Okada. So Okada rolls away before the UFO splash. But Kevin Knight tries it anyway. And he launches himself in midair. And Okada got his knees up. Then they go to a pinfall reversal sequence, and then Okada grabbed the rope, you cheating bitch. 1, 2, 3, Okada retains the Intercontinental title in under 17.5 minutes. Match was great though, 3.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it for Dynamite, nothing after that, and so we have all that, and a bag of chips, and that's it. Alright, but Collision, great show, again, 7.5 out of 10 stars, but let me know what you guys thought of Collision and Dynamite from last week in the comment section below, and like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it, and that's that. Alright, I'm not gonna listen to Cody, but I'm gonna go watch Monday Night Raw, and maybe later tonight, video number 2, over on my Kill Demons channel, your Monday Night Raw review. Hey, Steph! Stephanie McMahon is here, woohoo! Hi, Steph! That's a surprise. The $1 billion princess! Daddy's own Vincent Kennedy McMahon, the fruit of my loins! If you don't like it, you're fired! I actually watched this documentary. Very good. Very interesting. Very good. Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He's still a schmuck, but it is what it is. But Stephanie's here. That's interesting. So I wonder what she's going to say to Cody. She looked great in those nice jeans. Cody's like, oh, what are you doing here? Alright, we got that. Alright, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Once again, 7.5 out of 10 stars for both shows. AEW kicking ass right now. And, well, Hunter, Higginbottom, Nick Conman, you got some work to do, dude. And that's pretty much it. Alright, thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.